What's up, Coalcrackers? A little bit different video today. We're here at the forge. Now I know not everybody's gonna have a forge like this set up, but people ask me often, do I blacksmith the stuff we sell at our shop, and do I blacksmith often? Yeah, a couple times a week I'm at this forge doing something. And I thought I'm gonna share today with how I make a blanket pin. Not super this kind of detail, just me making one. I thought you're gonna really enjoy it and it'll be fun. So for a blanket pin, I start with 1/4 inch stock and 3/16 inch stock. We'll throw it in there, heat it up, hammer away at it. There's actually not that much hammering, you'll see. So to be super traditional, you would take your hammer and you would put your little pigtail onto your piece. But when we mass produce these, and we make a lot of them, it's way quicker to pull it out, and I actually use a pair of pliers to put my little pigtails on. Just speed is the only reason we do this. So what I do is I just take my hot metal, I grab my pliers, and I literally just bend it and twist it this way. Gives me a nice pigtail. And then to get all that slag off, that's all the impurities coming out of metal, I'll just steel brush this a little bit. Keeps it nice and clean, and it requires less cleanup at the end. Do the same thing on the other side. Alright, so while that second side's heating up, I want to thank today's sponsor, Skillshare. Skillshare is an online learning community with thousands of different courses that you can watch. You can enhance your creativity and productivity and learn some new skills, or maybe enhance the skills you already have. Now, of those thousands of videos, you get to learn and meet the different creators, and you get to learn anything and everything from videography to how to make a better Instagram channel, to YouTube basics, to even something that I recently found, which was sewing. And I didn't know that was on there, and I found it. And you know, we make sewn goods at our shop, so it was cool to be able to watch somebody else walk through everything. Even I learned some tips through that. But what I've really been dialed into over probably the last 2 years has been self-improvement. Like, how do you be the best version of you that you can be? And there's tons of different videos on that stuff. And recently I watched a video by Thomas Frank on productivity for creatives. He outlines what he does in his life that he can stay on top of his game and doesn't get stuck in that routine, mundane, I do the same exact thing every day and not make progress forward with ourselves. So it's cool to watch that and watch how he outlines stuff like that, and it gives you more insight and ideas. So what's cool is Skillshare gave me a link. You can click the link below. The first 1,000 people to click that link will get a 1-month free trial of Skillshare. So it's super awesome, free, you get to check it out, and you can learn so much stuff in a month. It's awesome. So thanks Skillshare for sponsoring this video, but we're gonna get back to the forge here. Okay, so the second pigtail is now on, so both ends are pigtailed, and I threw it back into the forge. At this point now, we're gonna add the shape to the actual blanket pin itself. Now again, you can use a hammer and your tongs just for this. For speed though, I found it so much quicker. 2 sets of pliers, I bend it around the horn of the anvil, and it almost works perfectly every single time. Now, I mean, I guess when you make hundreds and hundreds of these things, yeah, but all right, so let's get after it. blanket pin itself is shaped, it's time to make the pin section. So that's going to be a smaller diameter piece of round stock. We're going to point off one end, the other end we're going to make flat. Okay, so you can see at this point, the back side of my pin is flattened out. Now, I did leave it cool. Typically, we just continue with this process, but it's nice and flat. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna heat this up, and I'm initially gonna bend it till it looks like a candy cane. And then, after we do that, we're gonna place it around the pin itself, so the larger round pin, and we're gonna finish closing this in. This will be connected to the pin then. Just adding that candy cane shape to it now. Now I'm going to place it around my pin, which is in the vise, and I'm going to close it in. And just like that, done. Blanket pin's all finished up. Now, if you don't even know what it is, I'm going to show you here how to actually use this blanket pin with the shawl. So we'll get going with that and show you what it's all about. All right, so I have my full-size wool blanket here because that's all I had in my vehicle here. But what I like to do, and I think works best for these coats or overwear wool blankets, is get a twin-size blanket and then just cut it in half. And that thing is perfectly sized to wear as a shawl. It goes down far enough on you, and man, it's just nice to have, right? So, okay, so you take your blanket, you lay it across your body like this, and then the ultimate reveal here, so we have our finished blanket pin, okay? What you do then is you take the pin section and you pin it right through the wool. Now, this makes a lot of people nervous because they think they're gonna destroy the wool, but if you have a good wool blanket, what happens is the pin itself is just pushing the fibers apart. It's not cutting the blanket apart, so you should be fine, okay? Now, once you get it in place, what you're gonna notice is the pin is out one side and the round clasp is on the other. You push the clasp across to the pin, you put it onto the inside, and then you rotate the clasp itself. That locks it in place, okay? And then you're good to go. So your blanket pin is in place, and it will keep your shawl on. So that's what a blanket pin does. What's also nice about these things too is that you can take these, okay? Let me get this thing off of here. So you can take this thing and you can also use the pin section as an all in the field. So if you need to punch or score or do anything like that, you have an extra little tool with you. I keep one of these in my belt pouch and in my haversack, and they're great. All right, so thanks for joining me on today's video of me making a blanket pin, the process that we go through for it and how we actually use it. Also, thank you to Skillshare for sponsoring this video. Click that link below and get your free month trial. Now, what I want you to do is down in the comments, hashtag Coalcracker's awesome. I'll pick a couple people and we'll send you out some free blanket pins. How about that one? So leave in the comments below, and also leave some cool comments, right? Something fun, easy here at the Forge, and if you ever get an opportunity to go to a Forge and actually do this, or do any kind of forging, super fun, super exciting. I highly, highly recommend it. So this was Dan Wallach of Coalcracker Bushcraft. As always, check us out at coalcrackerbushcraft.com, and until the next video, stay in the woods. Hashtag Coalcracker's awesome.